Hey, everybody! Welcome to Bourbon, Bikes, and Business with Hank and Blaise. I am Hank, you are...
Blaise.
You are Blaise, and this is episode 3. We kind of have
Four.
a mini episode for you today. Is it 4 really already?
It's 4.
Oh, I'm getting old. Okay, this is episode 4. Today, because it's Thanksgiving week, we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. We have no planned agenda for today. We're just going to say hi to each other. We're going to talk about what we're thankful for today. We're going to have a little bourbon, as always. And, Blaise, what's new?
Been a busy week this week, actually before Thanksgiving, talking to a lot of people. I think it'll calm down by tomorrow, but that's good. Business is busy, steady.
You helped me out with insurance the past week, so thank you.
Yeah. It's another Hank adventure.
Yeah, Blaise is my go-to. Oh, you know what we should?
What?
We should kind of give a hint about.
What?
Is our escapades coming up in July, which have tentatively been approved by the boss here in the house.
I don't even understand where we're going, so clarify to me if you would. So
Okay.
what's happening in July next year?
Before we get into that, though,
Okay.
let's talk about what we're drinking today. Blaise,
Yeah, I
what
was
you
going to
drinking?
say. I got a good one this week. So here's what I got. Picked this up this week. This is
Russell's.
There we go. Russell's 6-year reserve rye. I'll tell you, rye. I've had a lot of different ryes. I like all of them. I guess 'cause it's like a tweak a little bit different from the normal bourbon. And this is a pretty good one. This is a wild turkey product, right? Wild turkey line.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had this one before. I'm trying to think.
I have been really into ryes lately. I don't know what it is, if it's the time of year or what, but
Maybe that's what it is.
I've been rye recently.
Yeah, I've had Wild Turkey 101 rye. I like that. I've had Old Forester's rye, which was an odd find a while back, and now this. So this is pretty good, smooth.
Try this one right here, the New Riff Rye. This one happens to be the single barrel edition, but it is excellent. Both the single,
is that the black top bottle?
The New Riff stuff is incredible. So try that.
I'll check that out. So what do you got today?
I am, since we are here on a dreary fall Tuesday, I guess, headed into Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having something made for this moment, a Midwinter's Night Dram. And this is made by High West Distillery. It is one of those allocated products that are hard to find. It's specifically made for this time of year around holiday season. Mm-hmm. And it has kind of a dark fruit taste to it.
Wow.
They come out every year. It comes out with a different act because it's based on, it's kind of a play on words with A Midsummer's Night Dream.
Right.
So this is a Midwinter's Night Dram.
Nice.
But this one happens to be Act 8, Scene 5, which is a well-regarded act. I also have an Act 10 back there, which actually I prefer, but if you look at most reviews online, most people prefer the Act 8. So
what's the proof on that? What's the proof on that?
It's good. The proof is 98.6, so it's not terribly high.
Mine's a 90. I got a 90.
Yeah, it's a good sipper for this time of year, for fall time. So, cheers to you.
I'm in my remote studio this week. I'm in Massachusetts, Northampton.
Oh, you are?
Mass.
I didn't realize you left already.
Central Mass. Yeah, I came up 2 days ago, so I'm up for a week. So I borrowed this mic from my other half's brother, who's always got high-end stuff. So hopefully I sound okay today.
Those are the best brothers you can have, right?
Yeah. Hey, I know what I would tell you. I was at the liquor store up here or on my way into town, and I saw the Bookers. It was in Pennsylvania because I stopped seeing my dad this week in PA on the way up. I saw the Bookers. Is $99 a bottle for the Bookers? Is that
that's
a decent
right.
price? And I looked at it and said 7 years and 10 months, like you said.
You're talking about the Bakers.
Bakers. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Bakers. Right.
Bakers.
And it was in a wooden crate, like box.
No, that's the Bookers.
Oh, that's okay. So that's different.
So they're all, what are they? Jim Beam products. The Bookers, the Bakers, and there's another bean.
Candlestick makers.
Yeah, exactly. The Bookers runs very hot. I actually have 2 Bookers here. They're a little bit more high end than the Bakers.
Okay.
But they're kind of like Stag. Like, I'm scared to drink it because they're so hot. One of these days I'll break into it. But the Bakers are good too. Very spicy as well. Not quite. But
while we're on that topic, because last night I sent you the picture of was it the Old Forester birthday bourbon?
Oh yeah,
So I'm
I
watching.
almost hit the click button, the buy now button.
I was watching Fred Minnick. If anybody follows Bourbon on YouTube, Fred Minnick, he's out of Lexington, Kentucky, or
Okay.
yeah, Lexington. So he had a great saying last night. He closed his show and he said, "Listen to this." He goes, "And remember, vodka sucks unless it's being used to clean up a murder scene for a dead cat."
All right.
That's how much he loves
It's kind of
vodka.
random.
No, actually, how much he loves bourbon. He doesn't drink much else.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
That's too funny.
But I never saw him do a testing. He's like smelling that. He's like, there's so much stuff going on with this. And he drank it. And he drank it again. He drank it again. He couldn't even see. He said it's left me speechless. There's just so much stuff going on with that. He said
what was he drinking?
He was drinking Old Forester
birthday bourbon.
Mm-hmm. And he just
one
got
of these days I'm gonna buy one.
He said this is going to make my top 100 list. He's working on his top 100 bourbons for the year. He does it every year this time of year.
The one you sent me was not a bad price. I've seen it much worse than that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I almost clicked the buy it now button, but
wow,
I've been into guns recently, so I need to scale back a little.
That's cool. All right. So where are we going next? We're talking about gratitude today. Is that where we're going?
What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? A lot. I mean, gratitude's something that over the years, even when I was managing people in leadership role, it was always a big thing. And I've seen a lot of shows talking about gratitude. It's a powerful thing, number one, when you stop and think about what you're grateful for. And, there's many people out there that say you should do it every morning. Sit down and write on a piece of paper, what are you grateful for today? If you do it daily, try it sometime. Just pick 3 things. And it could be simple things, nothing earth-shattering, but it can change your life if you try that. That's a good test to do. But for me, I heard something, John Maxwell, one of my favorite guys, leadership guys, this morning. I saw something online. And he said, be thankful for not only your achievements and the great things you accomplished this year, but also your challenges, because that's how you learn, right? So that was one thing. For me, I mean, I'm always thankful for family, because that's where I get my values from and what I'm all about. My spouse or significant other, Christina in this case here, my 2 kids. I have 2 great kids, friends, business associates. And this year for me, I think new opportunities. I'm really grateful. This is really cool. Like the podcast thing, it just came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And who knows where it's going to go. And since we started this in the last month, it's just it's weird how you start talking about something and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Everyone I'm running into is thinking about starting a podcast. It's like, I guess it's just because on my radar now. And then my new photography business I started this year, which is starting to take off and do some things. And I think lastly, and this is real key for anybody, is your health and your mental well-being. Taking care of yourself, your health is a key thing, because life's not very good. You can have all the money in the world if you're not healthy and got a good mind going. So I'm always thankful for that. Knock on wood. I've never been on a med my whole life. Never had anything major, than a couple major accidents. But outside of that, and I think keeping a positive mental state has a lot of that. I always say, I go back to my grandmother, my parents, spirituality, and keeping a solid positive outlook on life, I think, has always got me through anything that I've ever gone through. And I've gone through some major life-changing events, over my whole life. Divorces, job changes, things like that really move your cheese in your life when you have those major things happen. But keeping a positive mind, outlook, and that that you'll get through it. You don't know when or what the timeline is, but you'll get through it, and there's always light at the end. For me, that's
there are a number of studies on that showing how much a positive attitude leads to life longevity, natural life longevity. Obviously, you get an accident or something like that, but natural causes of death, a positive attitude alone. They found all these people in their 90s and 100s, and that was one of the big differentiators, was just a positive attitude, waking up every day thankful and grateful, and seeing the positive in a situation rather than the negative.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes a difference.
kick the negative out of your life and surround yourself with positive people. You don't need that negative, because I always say you are what you're around.
Yep.
I've seen people go into relationships with a negative partner and they were really positive, and months later, half a year later, they almost sound like that other person because that's who they're
Yeah.
around, right? It's
Yeah. It's
like,
the influence.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. How about you?
so health was going to be my number one. If you don't have health, you don't have anything, right? I
Right,
have a lot that I'm thankful for here. Obviously, wife and two kids, all of them are healthy, as am I. Have a great family, wonderful job, which nowadays in this economy, that's something to be
right,
legitimately thankful for.
right.
Um, Still keeping on with cycling, so that's a good one. Uh, One of my main things that I am thankful for this year, the news came this morning that
Uh-oh.
Matt Canada got fired. And as a Steeler fan,
So,
I will say this made me happier than pretty much anything in maybe the last 2 decades. So, on somewhat of a less serious note, I don't ever want to see anyone get
right,
fired. I hope
right,
he gets a job immediately and his family is secure for the rest of their lives. But as long as
right,
he's not doing what he does for my team, I am
right.
perfectly happy.
I,
So,
yeah, that's
we-
funny. You say change is always a topic. People hate change. It's human nature, but change, if you go into change with positive attitude, can be a really good thing. Like I just said earlier, I've been through some major life changing events, and in most all of those, I came out a different. I feel like a different person as a result of that negative situation that happened. And if I wasn't positive, I don't think I'd be who I am today, coming in through those experiences. And a lot of people get stuck in that negative thing. Lose it. I mean, I think I talked to 4 people this week that lost their job.
yeah,
Just the
it's starting
reality of what's
to pop up.
going on.
Yeah, it's starting to
Um,
pop up a lot.
I say I'm
And
sorry to hear
the other
that,
thing,
but
the,
look ahead and start looking ahead where you're going next, and think about how great an opportunity this is to find something better. That's
and
what you
I'll
got
tell
to do.
you, as I age, I see more and more people that are generally in the same general area of age starting to randomly kind of pass away, which starts
Yeah,
freaking me out. You start seeing people like randomly die on a bike ride, a heart attack, or
right,
you
right.
see like Matt Perry who died randomly in
Mm-hmm.
his hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
I know he wasn't in the best of health to begin with, but it
Right.
just gets you thinking. So,
Yeah.
anyway, I am very thankful that we all have our health. We all have a roof over our head. We
Yeah.
have these great new opportunities and challenges, and
Right.
that's what life's all about, in addition to
Exactly.
bourbon. So let me tell you what else I'm thankful for, and we can tell everyone what we might be getting ourselves into here
I'm
from
anxious
our,
to
our last great adventure. So one thing that people may not know about us is, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago now? Coming up on 3 years.
Yeah, I guess three
Blaise and I
next year.
set out on an adventure to ride the Smoky Mountains and do some bike packing in bear country.
Whose idea was that anyway?
That was my idea. I'll
There we
take
go.
credit for that.
Okay.
Um, it didn't go as planned, and we'll get into that in another show because that is a show in and of itself, and that story is an incredible story. But I think both of us, at least I can't speak for you, but I have always felt that we didn't quite accomplish the mission at hand in that one. The mission to have an adventure, certainly check that box, but we didn't quite clear the mileage that we were supposed to clear. So we are getting a second stab at it. And while we will cover this in greater depth also in a future episode, look up for everyone out there the Pants route, Pants route on YouTube. There's a great
This is
video.
the clarify, this is the Pennsylvania north to south route? Is that what
Yes,
we're talking about? So you watched
yes,
the YouTube video I told you
yes.
about.
It is an incredible documentary video
Oh,
about this ride that starts from the very northern border of Pennsylvania, outside of a town of southern New York
New York border,
State,
right?
down to the complete southern border of
Near
Pennsylvania.
us. Yeah.
And it's like a 4-day ride. We're gonna turn it into a bikepacking adventure to check that box that we never checked in the Smoky Mountains. And apparently, it is full of nasty, gnarly hills to climb.
Only 28,000 feet. That's all.
So this is right up your alley, Billy Goat.
Oh, Jesus.
And I got the tentative approval from my wife. Just a little backstory. My wife just came to me 2 days ago as I was trying to figure out a way to ask for permission to go on this thing.
Right.
And she comes to me out of the blue. Oh, hey, the girls just planned a random trip to Nashville in March. I'm going. So that was kind of my get out of jail free card. So I waited 48 hours to let the smoke clear on that a little bit, and then presented it to her today, and I did not get a no.
Right.
So I think we're going to be doing it over 4th of July weekend. I think is kind of what we said, like 4th of July midweek.
Right.
4th of July is on a Thursday. This in 24, I think.
That'd be a good time of year. Might be a little
Go
hot,
up
but
like a Wednesday, and go Wednesday to Saturday, Wednesday to Sunday. And
I think I might have another compatriot that would join us, Brandon from Westminster, who I've done bike packing trips with.
We might want to get a few people on this ride. It might be an adventure.
A couple. The more you get, the more complicated it gets. So I'd say 3, 4 tops would be good.
I just need someone slower than me in case we get tracked by a bear.
You got me.
I can go, and the bear can get it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I need a new adventure. I think that's almost 100 miles longer than my bike ride across Maryland, which is 330 I did in 4 days. So that would be another 100 over the 4 days.
Yeah.
So, and a heck of a lot more climbing. I mean, I think I did 11,000 feet of climbing on that one. So it's double the climbing and 100 miles more. So
I mean, I don't know about the folks out there, but sometimes I really need the motivation given by a big epic ride like that to keep going in my cycling. You know, I'll hit the weights and I'll get on the road, but to really train hard, you really need something to focus on. And I haven't had anything to focus on in a while.
Setting a goal like that, I mean, I usually do it every January, so this is early, which is good. It gives us an extra couple months to get in shape. But last year for me, it was Unbound. It was a simple 50-mile ride, but I was stoked in January when I signed up for that and got in. I was like, wow, this is cool. And that like carried me all the way halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And so I think it's great for anybody, cyclist, especially runner, or whatever you do, to pick something right now and put it on the calendar for first quarter, second quarter, third quarter next year. And it gives you an uplift on everything because it's always in the back of your mind, through the year.
And so if those folks listening to us out there can put in the comments section maybe something that they have planned for next year, an epic ride on their schedule or a race or something along those
whatever,
lines, I'd love to hear about that. And, my philosophy on the whole thing, a lot of people will say, well, set your New Year's resolutions and figure out what you're going to do as of January 1. In my estimation, if it's important enough to do and gets you going, don't wait until January 1. Put it on the schedule now. Get to it now and get going. So before we move on from this topic, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps out the video, the channel. Right. And we need all the help we can get because we're just two knuckleheads trying to do this on the fly. So
and we're out every Wednesday at noon. I got to verify if Apple's got us on the podcast. I found out it takes a couple weeks to get us on, but I'm hoping we're on there. So shortly, if we're not, but we're everywhere else. You can find
people
us.
Can binge listen if it's not. Exactly. Catch up all in one fell swoop. So, what are your plans?
We're going to talk about my order.
Oh yeah, you have to save some time to open up your order in a couple days from the Bourbon Central or whatever it's called.
Man,
what's that place?
Glenn's Barrels.
Glenn's Barrels.
Let's see. I ordered what I say, November 8th. Where are we at? 22nd now?
Have we gotten shipping details on this order yet?
He told me last week it was going to ship today, the 21st, which is this week. It's going to ship this week, and I'm going to have it by Friday, the 24th. So, no confirmation yet.
No tracking number?
No tracking number. I have an order confirmation number and an email that said it is going to ship.
Did he also ask for your social security number at the time he gave you that information?
No.
Okay.
Man, I'll tell you, I ordered new lights for the podcast yesterday. This morning I turned on my laptop and I have an email there. This is how crazy things are getting with AI and stuff. Some guy, Sam Wang from XYZ company that I bought my lights from. Oh, by the way, if you forgot to order the battery component for your light, click here. And I'm like, I looked at my order, like the battery component comes with my light. It's like, who is this guy? He's in Shanghai or something,
Trying to
asking me
make
to click a link.
he's trying to make a buck. That's
I'm
okay.
like, how does this stuff
He may not have
happen?
gone you, but he probably got 100 other people.
Wow,
You know?
crazy. This is,
Yeah,
you
you got
got
to
to
be
be
careful out there.
careful these days. I'm telling you, it's like
People are slick for sure.
somebody's tracking everything you do anymore. It's like,
So
geez.
tell me, what do you have going on for Thanksgiving? What are your plans?
Thanksgiving. So I came
You're up in Massachusetts,
up in
right?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
My other half's been up here a week already, so I caught up
Okay.
with her. Her dad was in the hospital. He got out. He's in recovery, so he got out this past Monday. He's doing great. I call him the Bionic Man. He's like always got something going on, but he's always recovering. Um, so we're hanging out. Her brother lives with him, and he's hilarious. Her brother, he's a techie guy, writes code and all this stuff, and then I ask him, high end technical questions, and he's just like, but he's really good because he boils it down to layman's terms, but he still looks at me like, don't you get this? I'm like, no, you got to come down another notch.
Uh-huh.
But he always helps me with everything, whether it's an issue with my software or like right now, he's helped me set up my workflow so it's faster when
Oh,
I get
cool.
back to my office. But
Yeah,
so yeah, I don't know and he loves to cook. He makes bread. He
even
makes
better.
homemade pasta. He makes me cut the noodles and do
So,
it by
so I
hand.
was talking to an Italian family the other day who said on Thanksgiving they do a course of lasagna before they even get to the main like
Yeah.
turkey course. Does he do something like that?
I asked him the other day, what are we doing? And I think today we're going to figure it out. But
Okay.
he's got a ham, he's got a turkey. My girlfriend's pescatarian; she doesn't even eat meat. So, but he's cooking turkey for his dad and I, and
Okay.
then we'll probably have fish too. So
Wow.
we'll have
Okay.
all kinds of stuff. We got ham, turkey, probably get some fish, maybe even lobster or something. I always come up here and think.
Ooh.
I come back for Christmas. He makes the best grilled stuffed lobster on the grill. We go to Boston and we buy these 3-pound lobsters and we spend all day stuffing them, and then he grills them. He's got
Yeah.
down to the minute exactly, and it's like the best lobster you
That
ever
sounds
had.
incredible.
Oh, how about you? What do you plan on doing?
We're gonna be staying local. I have my in-laws coming in for that one. So just a disclaimer, love my in-laws. They're wonderful people, wonderful with the kids. My mother-in-law practically raised my oldest, like they are inseparable. The only sticky wicket is we have some disagreement on politics.
Oh, don't go there.
And and even further in my family, we're a divided family in my nuclear family. So my
Mm,
wife and my older son are on one side, and I and my younger son are on another side. So we generally know that the rules, we try to stay away from that anyway,
right, right.
so we can have peaceful dinners. But sometimes when the in-laws come in, especially my 11-year-old, which is hysterical. My 11-year-old doesn't know better to like shut up, and he'll start just poking the bear at the dinner table, and then it causes a huge eruption. There's
Uh,
things flying everywhere. There's people getting sent up to their rooms.
mm,
So I'm hoping we can have a peaceful Thanksgiving meal without getting into politics this year.
that's a good idea.
Um, if we
Try-
can't, my 11-year-old is um, developing his ammunition just in case he needs to go at it. But yeah. So
wow,
my in-laws are coming in, and
cool.
we're gonna have a good Thanksgiving. I always cook the turkey,
Yeah,
so the
nice.
turkey and stuffing is my thing. And so last night I've been doing this. I don't know, for the last 10 years. I start the dry brine on my
Mm,
turkey 48 hours in advance. So my
right,
turkey's right now in the refrigerator with the dry brine on it for until Thursday
nice.
morning, and then I do a nice brown sugar glaze over it,
Wow.
and it comes out so moist and
Mm,
so delicious. My turkey cannot be beat. It
that
can't.
sounds good. That sounds
Yeah,
really good.
I'm very
I
excited.
I stopped and saw my dad. He just turned 90 in September on the way up, so I stopped in PA to see
Oh
him.
wow.
And I saw my sister. I have a couple siblings live in town in eastern PA near the Poconos, and I might stop there on the way back too. So it was good to see.
Oh great.
Since my mom passed, it's been like I guess 7, 8 years now. It's funny. I'm in the liquor store. I was looking at bourbon in PA, and I'm talking to a guy in my hometown. He goes, "You go to Nazareth?" Like, yeah, 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 yeah. So I was helping him pick out. Oh, by the way, I helped him pick out a bourbon. He's looking for a birthday present.
Oh
You know
wow.
what I told him to get? Because he's
Yeah.
staring at it. He's like, I don't know if I should get that. I said, get that. Is it the Calumet Farms 15
Uh-huh.
year?
Yeah, the 15.
15. So that's what he got. I said, try that for your friend. I think they'll like it.
Yeah.
But where was I going? He was talking about hometown and how since our mothers are no longer around, like Thanksgiving's just not the same.
Yeah.
So enjoy that. In-laws, whatever you got. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, family's important. But when my mom stopped, Thanksgiving stopped that home there. So it's nice I can celebrate it with my other family up here. But I miss that so much. I used to love, I mean, we'd have 20, 30 people around the table at Thanksgiving. And my mom, she would dress up in an Indian outfit with
Really?
beads, and she had a bandana and fringes, like leather, deerskin leather, and moccasin boots up to her knees. She was hilarious.
That's great.
She did that for years. Even when she barely fit in that outfit, she still wore it.
Yeah, I actually feel badly. My sister, so it was interesting how it broke down. My sister always had Thanksgiving. And then she moved away to Florida. And so then it kind of got bifurcated. We had kids. And so both of our families are from Pittsburgh. So some years we go with her in-laws, some years with mine.
Right.
For the past maybe 5 or 6 years, we've hosted here.
Right.
Mostly for my parents, because her grandparents were still there and they had to tend to the grandma and so forth. So now her parents are coming down, and we just can't have all those people. So my sister invited my parents, and they invited us, but we were going to have the in-laws here and do it here. And so I don't get to have Thanksgiving with my parents this year. So I kind of feel badly about that. But, you know, you can only be in so many places with so many Thanksgiving dinners. So Saturday, I'm actually headed up to my sister's. She needed to redo her laundry room, and they aren't very handy, and I'm decently handy. So I volunteered myself. So I'm going up there with her laundry room. Nice. But
Thanksgiving
I'll see her at least. So anyway, so we just wanted to have a quick Thanksgiving talk today. Wish everyone out there, first of all, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for your support. Hope you have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving and holiday season. Hope you get some turkey and stuffing, and I hope you overdo it with all the football you can watch, because, you know, even though health is important, sometimes you just got to be a glutton, and Thanksgiving's, I think, that time to do it. So
yeah, I saw there's a football game on Friday for the first time
this year
too. That's pretty cool.
Plenty of football this year. So
hopefully I'll catch a couple games. The Ravens have been up and down. They're like, oh, I don't know. But
well, the Steelers are right on your heels, buddy.
Yeah, I know. It's always a fun game when they get together. So next week we got quick 3 topics: why we like bourbon, our favorite bike brands, and why we like those, what makes them unique, and then the big shift from corporate America to self-employed, which I've seen heavily the last 4 years. Yeah. So cool topics to talk about next week. I hope you and your family have a great time over Thanksgiving, Hank.
Too.
Good to see you. And everyone else has a safe, relaxing holiday. Thanks.
Safe travels, everyone, and we'll see you after Thanksgiving.
See you later.
Peace.
Take care.